Birthday Ignites, I want to present you as Jeremy Price. I want to mention that he was at DevOps Days New York City here in the fall in September, and he actually practices public speaking by discussing how to make guacamole in public. And I found out that the public part wasn't necessarily part of what he was but he was publicly speaking about making guacamole, so you can ask him about that if you want to. He also likes jumping out of planes, and he can help you do that. So anyway, with his presentation, the Ignite is presenting mixed metaphors, reducing the bus factor of lone wolves. Let's get that up and going. You have your auto advance set up. I will turn this off and give it to you.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Or do I need to get closer?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get this going then. Hi, I am Jeremy Price, or Jermops on the Twitters. I've been in small tech startups for most of my career and a sole practitioner for a good bit of that, so I've been through this a few times. If you don't know what I mean by a bus factor, it is how screwed will the company be if I get hit by a bus? I am a bus factor of 1. I'm also a bear factor of 1. This is a picture of the 500-pound bear who lives near my office. Point is, I'm a single point of failure. And if we start to think about what that means for the business, that's a good thing. It can also lead us to some interesting things, like we need to be making ourselves more redundant and spreading out our load. It is crazy that we spend so much time making all of our systems very redundant and yet making ourselves indispensable. What the hell? Yeah. So even if we don't fall off a cliff, just making ourselves redundant will take work off our plates and give you back something really, really precious: time. Time to relax, time to sleep, maybe. Or maybe just time to get more stuff done. So stop building all the things. I love to build the things too, but it's a trap when we are by ourselves. Sometimes you have to build things in-house, but for the most part, there are entire businesses devoted to making things happen better than you probably will, and it's going to save you lots of time. So stop running your own monitoring. Stop running your own email. They take care and feeding, and you don't have time for that crap. Most of these services have free tiers, and even for the ones that don't, it's going to save you way more for the time that you will save by using them. Please manage your system configs. It doesn't have to be one of these tools, but for the love of pasta, do something to get things into source control and make things repeatable. Make things repeatable. It makes things more reliable, and it saves you lots of time. Once you have things repeatable, you can put them on a button. Running a config management script to add a new employee is great, but it's even better if HR can go push the button for you, because it saves you time, it saves you an interrupt cycle, and that's awesome. Getting buttons is easy. Just go get Jenkins. It's more than just a CI system. It's more than just a control panel. It's also a floor wax and dessert topping. It hooks into everything, so let it be your control panel, because again, why build one yourself? And it's free. Once you have one button, it's easy to make more. So go make buttons to deploy things. Go make buttons to bring data down from prod for your devs. Go make buttons to make new users. Go make buttons to order pizza and beer. The point is, every time somebody else pushes a button, it's one that you don't have to push. I have a button that takes our site down and puts up the maintenance page, and anybody in the company can go push it if there's a problem. I have another button that any of the dev team can push to go restart all the things. If anybody can turn it off and on again, that means that you don't have to. You only make your life easier by doing these things. And you also make life easier for your devs. People like to be empowered, and it takes work off your plate. Happier devs means happier you. It means happier devs means happier you. So it's a great way to get a good relationship going if you don't already have one. And be a bridge builder. Be nice. Once you get them using some of your tools, learn some of theirs. Teach each other to fish. Learn some of the tech stack. I know Django, so I can help my devs debug things from the operations perspective, and it's awesome. Once you lower your interrupt level, you'll be more productive. Now you have more time to do things, to make them need you less, which will give you more time to do things. It's a great feedback loop, but it works in either direction, so work toward the better way. Even with the devs on board, but especially if they're not, being your own team can get lonely and isolating. It doesn't have to be, though. There's a huge tech community out here, and lots of us are in the same boat. You made a great step by coming here. Now keep it going. Come up and say hi. Meet people. Get on Twitter. Get on IRC. Go to meetups. You have peers in the community, so commute. You'll learn so much more about how to opt properly in community than you will in our own little ponds. So reach out. And I know reaching out can be really, really hard. It comes naturally to some of us. But for a lot of the people out here, we weren't built to be able to go out. We have lots of introverts in our community. Some of the most prolific people that get up on stage and are prolific on Twitter have a tough time.
Yeah.
So my point is, you're not alone. We all take a lot upon ourselves and have a lot expected of us. And it can be really overwhelming, and burnout is a real thing. So even if people at your org don't get it, we do. Reach out, hit me up, or check out burnout.io. So I'm short on time, but there are all sorts of ways to make things better and easier. Sometimes you just can't fix what's going on at your place, so when that time comes, call me, or any of the companies who are here, because everybody's hiring. The light at the end of the tunnel may be applying some of the things that I've said today, or it may be applying the rule of 2 feet. So that's it. I hope it was helpful. This was my first talk, so I would love some feedback. And I would also love to follow up with people about the things that I've talked about. So if you want to talk or jump out of an airplane, or if you need to talk, hit me up. Thanks.